me see here. Okay.
Gives us time to process what you said.
Okay, it's okay, all right. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's go back over here. Number 9 to 7, that's the female spirit. Okay, what's the spirit? It's the sense, it's the pure sense of who you are. Your spirit is who you are in the essence without a body. Okay? So, what happens when you are contaminated? And please, this does not have to do anything with religion. ¿Qué pasa cuando estamos contaminados? Y no tiene que ver nada con religión. Something happens. Number 9 to number 7, that is the female spirit, becomes the soul. And that's how we get contaminated. The soul. The soul. So what's the soul according to him? The soul is anything that can take you out of expression, passion, and happiness. It's the emptiness that carries contamination, that travels to time. Something else that he told me, contamination el espíritu baja de energía y se convierte en un alma que pasea buscando por un propósito porque está contaminado. Okay. This is what you need to know of what is very important about him, why the healings get to be so fast, what is in your energy. That in this process of the Inca cross, time is an illusion. En la cruz Inca, el tiempo es una ilusión. No existe. Time, as we know, is an illusion. Because the present, the past, and the future are connected. Okay. Any questions about it? No? What's the
I'm
matter?
just convinced. Quantum physics in any questions?
10 years of study and 5 years.
Oh, no, okay. Okay.
Can you
So,
I'm trying to see it.
I don't know how to do it. You can just, can you?
No, I need you to translate.
Okay, it will take a while. Maybe we could put something in one of the keys. Okay. So, while she's doing that,
I'll just sit here.
okay, she's doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. The moment we only die because we have time. Solo morimos porque tenemos tiempo. And so every time that we're ascending and remembering who we are, we're overriding time to space. And when you override time to space, you can heal yourself. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me give you an example. When I place an intention, when I have a desire in my space, when I think about something I want in the future, I'm connecting to that alignment. And I'm overriding time as we speak, because we're in space. But every time that we go into the past, in low frequency, poor me, we go into drama, we go into survival mode. We're connecting and disabling ourselves in number 9, 8, and 7. And we lose connection with the future. Sí, mi amor. El tiempo en la cruz Inca no existe. Okay. La enfermedad más grande del tiempo es la muerte. Que si no tuviésemos tiempo, no moriríamos. Now, we don't die, but we can transform into all the things that we want to experience. You can transform into how it feels to be a mountain or how it feels to be a bird. So, when there's no time, you choose what you become. Cuando no hay tiempo, tú escoges lo que quieres ser en lo que viene después de tu cuerpo. Pero siempre sigue recordando lo que eres. Pero el momento en que vamos al pasado y nos recontaminamos constantemente con el trauma del pasado, perdemos la opción de crear en el futuro. So, what's really happening right now in society, with so many belief systems that do not work is that we're disconnecting ourselves from number 9, 8, and 10, which is a female energy, and we didn't touch from our heart. And we forget who we are. Does that make sense? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do number 1. Vamos a volver, el momento en que nosotros nos desconectamos entre el 7, 8 y 9, porque es el pasado, entonces perdemos la conexión de quién somos. ¿Ok? Entonces, when they come to me, they say, you need to translate your message. 3 months ago, they came to me and said, this is the new thing you're teaching. Cuando ellos vienen a mí, me dicen, ya terminé un periodo de eso, ya no puedes hacer, ya no tiene tanto valor lo que enseñas porque hay otras cosas que tienen que enseñar. No es de que no sea importante, pero otras cosas más importantes vienen. Y lo más importante que está viniendo ahorita en el mundo, que es lo que estoy enseñando, es la diferencia entre ser una víctima, una persona que sobrevive y un creador. So in these times, what they're teaching me to coach you is the difference between being a victim, a survivor, and a creator. So, if we're a victim, we always reflect in the past that's not working because we're looking for the solution in the past. And the solution is not in the past because the solution is in the future. And if we're a survivor, we're better at being a victim, and we're still connected to the past because we're still surviving the past. So if you can disconnect with those types of behaviors and you focus into the intentions and what you want to create in life, and you focus on what you want to create with feelings, then you become a creator. And the Inca curse in your space will become the strength of 12 feelings. Estamos viviendo un tiempo, para esas personas que hablan español, que ya no debemos enfocarnos en el pasado, tenemos que enfocarnos en el futuro. Porque en el pasado, cuando nos enfocamos, nos volvemos víctimas o sobrevivientes de algo que nos pasó en el pasado. Y eso ya no está trabajando. Entonces, ahorita las personas que son los pioneros, las personas que están aquí a través de evolución, tienen que volverse creadores. Tienen que enfocarse en el futuro. Tienen que enfocarse en sus intenciones. Tienen que enfocarse en sus sueños. Porque esa es la visión de quién son ustedes. Because if you focus on your future, that is the vision of who you are. And nothing wrong can happen to you. So that is what's happening. The more we're going into what it was the contamination 16,000 years ago. They knew it was going to take 50,000 years or 62,000 years for us to be who we are now. They knew that. It's kind of like when they dropped the bomb in Japan. They knew it was going to take like 50 years before any plant can grow their own tomatoes. They knew it was going to take around 15 or 60,000 years for us to remember this. But these are the times now. Cuando cayó la bomba, en Japón. ¿Cómo?
Can I ask the question?
I just said, let me translate this in Spanish. Okay. Cuando cayó la bomba en Japón, ellos sabían que esa explosión iba a tomar 50 años más o menos para que puedan crecer otras plantas que habían humanas ahí. Y ellos sabían lo mismo de esto. 15,000 años atrás, que iba a tomar como 15,000 o 16,000 años para limpiar ese problema que hubo. Entonces, ahora es cuando ya estamos despertando y ya estamos recordando que en el pasado no estaba la respuesta. Okay, something else that you need to know? Oh, your question, huh?
Yeah, because I was a little bit confused about the time thing. Like, as I see it for me now, if I'm in this moment, I can change something. So I changed the past, and I can change the future.
Right.
The path, because
Right.
there are so many pathways to go. I heard you say,
Sure.
look into the future.
So, in the future,
And so
When-
is it now I look? I see myself in the now, how I want to become, or what's...
you rewrite your past and the future. So, this is why Tiahuanaco is so important. Because when people were being contaminated, they took people from Atlantis and they put a symbol here. And they sent them here to Tiahuanaco, Bolivia, the people that were not contaminated, so they can keep the records for us in these days. And that's why we have so much knowledge through genetics about this. But there's something else that they did in those times. They said, we cannot fix the problem right now. So we have to send all that information to the future. And so we rewrite your past in the future. It's not in the past. So when I go and I'm going to change the frequency of you to balance you, I'm going to the future. So you go to the future and then you come back to the past. Okay, something else that you need to know. Para cambiar la genética en estos días, and that's the DNA reprogramming that we do. Para cambiar el pasado, tenemos que viajar al futuro. ¿Y cómo viajamos al futuro? And you wonder, how do you travel to the future? What's your name in the future? It's your higher self. Your higher self is in the future. That's why every answer is inside of your heart. Because you already have the answer. Because your future, your higher self, has experienced already what you're experiencing right now. That's the power of the Inca cross, connecting to your higher self in the future to guide you in whatever are your skills to bring this world to what it used to be before the contamination. Is that making sense? Entonces, por eso que en estos días es importante, porque la persona que vive en el futuro, tu futuro, es tu higher self. Y ese higher self te está guiando para que puedas conectarte y poder desarrollar tus regalos o cualquiera de estos días. But the bottom line, what we're all looking for in this creation, because by the way, it's a symbol that rotates like this, is for us to complete fulfillment. Okay, so let me just go and show you some things how, let me ask you. He says I'm forgetting to do something here. Okay, so the question in the group is, how did we survive for 50,000 years? How did we survive for 15,000 years? Was there a chance where humanity was going to be completely wiped out? Yes. There were situations, that was the fear, that we were not going to survive because we were so contaminated. But the promise is that we are going to. 10 years ago, we were not sure. But now we know that as a humanity, we are going to survive, and we have to remember how to feel. So, how do we remember how to feel? Why do we have these things right now going like, I want to be there for my kids? Because your kids are your future. And because subconsciously we're remembering who we were before the contamination, because all of you were there, or your ancestors were there, and now you're choosing to make higher choices. And that's how we're going to change the world. Your intentions are your future in action in the present. Does that make any sense? You may want to write down that. If there's anything that you need to remember, it's your intentions are your future in the present in action. Okay. All right, so,
¿Nos podría decir
¿en español? Sí. Tu intención es tu futuro en el presente en acción. Yeah, your intention in the future. Your intention is the future in the present in action. In action, yeah. So, there's something else that he wants me to tell you. Okay, so, when your intention becomes your present and future in the present, there's no opposition. There is no opposition. Does that make sense? So, you wake up every morning and you place an intention, because that's your future in action. And I can guarantee with everything that's going on genetically, you are going to get where you want to be. But you have to create intentions every day. So, there is something that just happened last month. Okay. Para las personas en español, si su futuro es el presente y la intención es el futuro del presente, entonces ustedes tienen que hacer como parte de su vida diaria crear intenciones para estar conectados al futuro. Porque cuando están conectados al futuro, no hay oposición. No hay oposición. Y pueden tirar todo lo que quieren. ¿Me explico? Entonces, tienen que pensar eso. Now, this Inca cross is alive. La cruz siempre está viva. And you know what's the last change that's happened a few weeks ago? Who was incredible, because the people that we can feel the movement of the Inca Cross were so excited about it. We know everything starts in energy, right? We know that. Everything starts in energy. The Inca Cross, energetically, already has closed the past. In the third dimension, we still have drama and story, always stays here. But in the Inca Cross, which is a calendar, past does not exist anymore. And that's why your intentions get to be stronger. And you're going to be able to make the things that you want to make happen. ¿Está making sense? Porque la cruz Inca está viva, es un átomo vivo que es muy poderoso. Ha ido a través de un cambio. Y el cambio es que ha seleccionado el periodo del pasado. Entonces, las cosas que uno quiere para el futuro van a ser más fáciles para realizarlas, va a ser más positivo. Vamos a ir desarrollándolas. Now, because I want to be a little more personal with each one of you. I don't have only a few minutes, but I want to channel. He wants to channel to each one of you while you're here in Peru at this specific time. And he's giving you your future in the present, in action. Sounds good? Would you like to have that? Okay, let's start. Okay, yeah. Let me just put my pen really quick here. To be able to increase my frequency. Okay, so you have been trying to be a mother for different creations. And as a mother, you have realized that the frustrations of the world sometimes can be harder for you. That you have not been able to override those behaviors that all you also take people to a higher frequency. So the reason why you're here today in Peru is for you to understand that your female power is as strong as your male power. And you're going to be integrating the teachings of this, especially number one, which is the female, the most strong male power, because everything builds in that one, into your teachings, into what you create. So you create the balance that you want. And that's what you're starting for. Honey, what's your, Julie, what's your, okay, so with Julie, you have two ways, two directions to take in life right now. That's why you're here in Peru, because you're going to choose one of those directions. But you will have to remember any of them is a win-win situation. Whatever you choose to, this direction, is taking you to the same place. So just be okay with whatever you choose to do has already the same destination, which is movement, activation, declaration, expression, determination, and overall nurturing. You get it, right? Okay. So, Han, what about you? Heather. Okay, Heather. You know how to talk to dead people, right? Okay. You always have that. You were born in that way. Okay. So, when you talk to dead people, what is the message that I'm giving you right now? To trust in your heart.
Yeah, I had to learn to be okay.
Be okay with it. So, he's dead and he's talking to me. He's bringing a message to me, right? But I'm using him as a point of reference as a teacher. But you're not doing that with your people talking to you. And they're trying to teach you something. They're trying to teach you that at this moment, your heart is more valuable than anything. And your heart can guide you. You already know in your heart what you want. And they can talk to you. So I don't think you need to experience anything but your heart and only that can help you. All right? Hi, what's your name? Wayne. Okay, so if anybody in the class wants to go and take some time and walk around after you write your message, you're welcome to do that, because you can connect with the class in videos and be able to integrate on that. All right? Okay, Han, there's two things that you need to know in your life. Number one, you need to be able to understand that you're very powerful female energy. A male powerful energy is somebody who can see the vision of the female power. And when you tap into that, you can awaken your gifts. You're just a reflection of her. You have the same gifts as us. All right? Okay, honey.
Mark.
Mark. Okay, Mark. So you have access to one of the solar discs. According to the Inca cross, we have 3 different solar discs. Okay, one of them, the male one, is in Puno, and the female one is in the Amazons. And the other one, which is the represent the energy electron, is in Argentina. Okay, so the one in Puno, I was here to be able to witness that, was moved a while ago, like 4 years ago or something like that, to the Amazons, and was connected to 4 different rivers there, because these 4 different rivers have the ability to increase the oxygen to be able to move the different changes that are coming. Okay, that's according to them what I got. So what you're doing here when you go to Machu Picchu is reconnecting with the other 2 ones to be able to make it in one. All right? So for you, I want you to understand that when you are in your heart, you can be a very powerful healer, but you have been doubting yourself. So you're going to be going to Machu Picchu. And going to Machu Picchu is now you're not going to have another coaches in the least level people, but you are going to be coached just the way how I am coached by something higher because you're in that level. Because you're already getting connected to them. So that you have to own that part of you. You have the answer on the inside of you. Okay? So what would you like to? Anything is okay. You have 3 boys. The oldest one is very gifted. You're here in Peru, so you can learn in your heart what you're going to be teaching him when he is 16 and 17. How old is he? How old is he, the oldest one? How old is he? Well, okay. Remember, you're here to teach him who he gets to become when he's 16 or 17. Okay? So that's why you're here. Okay. My group, because we don't have enough time, I won't channel for you guys. Okay. Okay. Nurturing love. That's what you came here to learn. Nurturing love is the bridge between healing the heart and healing and connecting to the spirit. So nurturing love is the strongest energy that we use to heal the body. You're here to learn that. Nurturing love. You can ask Tony a little more about that, which she can explain. Sounds good? Okay. Where are you from?
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh, Salt Lake City. Okay, yeah. I'm living in Salt Lake City too. Okay, something interesting is happening in Salt Lake City because we have so much history. Oh, it's not religious backgrounds, right? And so, in the future, religions are not going to survive. That we already know that. It's just like an old phone. We're not going to need it because you're going to be connecting through heart, through your own messages, okay? So the reason why you're here is because there's 2 things. There's a mountain in Utah that you're representing. In that mountain, it's kind of like behind Camas in that area. And that mountain is sending you here because you're taking something from here to over there. And what you're taking over there is the understanding of being a visionary. When sometimes people have been oppressed so much, they forget to have a vision. And that is why you're here. Linda, where are you from, Linda?
South Africa, Cape Town.
Okay, South Africa. Okay, so South Africa, according to what he's saying, I need to drink some water. Just to remind you, you guys need to drink some water for these 2 because we're using so much energy by tapping into what is saying across. South Africa, just like any South American country, some people have been oppressed. Some people have taken the ability to express, right? Which is a female energy. So they cannot create, so they get to be controlled. So the reason why you're here is because 2 things. You went through something similar in a past life, and you don't want your people to feel that way anymore. And you're helping a lot of people that has gifts too. Are you working energy? Because you do help a lot of people to find their way out of those situations, right? Okay, good. That is, you get it. Now you know where you're here, right? Here, there you go. All right, okay, Han. Where?
Ethel is
Okay, wonderful. Where are you from?
Well, I live in Utah, but now I live in Ecuador.
No, you live in Ecuador. We changed. Wow, there's a lot of history in Ecuador, even though there's not much that we can see, but genetically it's a lot of history. Okay, so your grandmother, mother of your grandmother, is coming into a new reincarnation, like in 20 years from now. So you are here because in your lineage, you are preparing so she can come in a more clear lineage. You're helping her to come back into physical level by any stronger energy. That's what you're hearing. Huh?
Same, sir. Salt Lake City, living next door.
Okay, perfect. Salt Lake City. Oh my God, that's so cool. All right. So, what was your dream last night, hon? What did you dream last night?
I think you call
You don't recall? I recall what you dreamed last night. Okay, because I just have the energy. What's a powerful man for you?
powerful memory.
Powerful man.
Powerful man. I think my father probably was a powerful man.
Okay. Tell me a little more about him. What was he powerful?
But
What was he powerful?
because he kept the family together. And he was there to mentor me while my mother was there to mentor my sisters.
So, what part of you thinks that you cannot have that power?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not as strong as I in regards to my grandchildren.
What about if I tell you that's why you're here?
Okay.
To remember that. Ok, tu historia es muy diferente, mi amor. Tú has crecido en una sociedad que pensamos que el dolor es lo más importante. Y tenemos que poner el dolor a un lado para que puedas ver que hay cosas que parecen imposibles que puedes hacer. Y es por eso que estás acá. Okay. Hannah. No, Denmark? Holland. Okay. Now, it's quite interesting because another shaman gave her some crystals and she knew they needed to come to me and now her crystals are here. So those crystals, the reason why you're thinking is they need to go back over there. Don't get to stay here over there because they're taking a message. And the message is unity. 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 Yeah, unity. I don't know why in your country people develop their gifts, but they choose not to work together. And I think the secret of those is teaching all the different heroes in the country that it's okay to open up and start working together. That's the message. Okay. Tu mensaje es que nosotros los latinos, por muchas generaciones, cargamos dureza. Okay. Pero lo que ellos no nos dicen es que esa dureza se convierte en enfermedades. Y de pronto una pierna empieza a doler, una cabeza empieza a doler y cosas así. Y no sabemos que realmente son las historias de nuestros antepasados. Tú estás acá para limpiar esas historias, para que tú puedas tener la oportunidad de tener un mundo de paz y de tranquilidad y poder aceptarte como eres tú sin tener que estar escuchando a ellos en todo tu cuerpo y ellos controlando tu vida. ¿Me explico? Es por eso que estás acá, para remover a esos ancestros que no están al mismo nivel de desarrollo que estás tú. ¿Ok? Ok, mi amor. Texas, ¿cierto? San Perú. Ok, great. ¿De qué parte de Perú es? De la selva. ¿De qué parte de la selva? ¿Dónde?
San Martín,
Ay, qué lindo. Ok, tienes bastante protección, ¿ah? Sí, bastante protección. Me tomé un poquito ir adentro de tu espacio. Tuve que preguntar a tus ancestros y a tus tías si podía hablar directamente contigo y me dio su permiso. Ok, entonces mira, esta es la verdad contigo y tengo que ser honesta. Tú estás buscando nuevos maestros, te pueden enseñar a llegar a tu siguiente nivel. Pero esos maestros que tú estás buscando son las plantas, no son humanos, son las plantas. Entonces ahora es como que empiezas a abrir tu corazón para que ellos te enseñen. ¿Ok? Ok. Listo. Ya me encontraste. Ok, who's this? Hi.
Nancy.
Nancy, where are you from?
California.
California. What part of California?
Orange County.
Orange County. That's a beautiful place. Okay, so do I have permission just to give you some of what I'm saying for you? Okay, so you grew up in a family where self-expression was not something big.
Right.
And so Your mission, your statement, what you came here to do is open up your heart and express to the mountains and animals and everything that you see, how you really feel about yourself, what really are your dreams. You know, to use, this is a huge investment to be here, and I want to honor you for that. I want to honor Jorge Luis for giving us the opportunity to be here, right? To be able to be protected and feel safe to go and open these places. So I would recommend, if you want to know how to open yourself, talk to, honey, are you open to culture? And Lilo, yeah. See, this is Cheryl, and then she can just give you some energy gifts and help you to open up that part of you. Sounds good? Okay, thank you. Han,
Peter.
where are you from? Okay. There's a lot of suffering in your energy. Being a father is the best gift that a child can have to represent an energy, and that's what you're doing. If you came here to learn how to cope with the next years of your life and how to be the father that you want to be with your kids. You also want to understand why women lower so much their frequency that they confuse themselves. And as far as it is, knowing that much you can understand on the hand, it's just a block. What you want to recreate is the understanding of who you can be to be able to attract somebody who's in your frequency. You want to roll that?
Yeah, please.
There you go. How much energy you get? Nice that in your heart. There you go. That's one of your ancestors. He has to go. He doesn't stand for the light. There you go. All right, Julie, help me. Julie is going to go and help you with that process, okay? All right. All right, so it's through the genetics of her mother. Okay. Better? Okay. But she's going to go and help you anyway. Okay, hon.
Margaret, I'm originally from Poland, but I live in
You live in New York. Okay. There's nothing worse than splitting families apart. And there's a lot of genetics of that in your family. Where, all right, so, in your family, they have to shut down each other to survive. Does that make sense? And so what you're representing is the genetics in your family, so that stops. First in energy and then physical, but that stops here. When you're in Peru, you get to stop that. Okay? All right. So, Hannah, get on this.
Oh, Ryan, from Breckenridge, Colorado.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. So, do you have any native?
¿Cómo?
Do you have ¿tienes sangre nativa?
Sí.
Bueno.
¿Cómo?
¿Cómo?
100% mexicana.
¿De qué?
100%. De aquí, de México y de Estados Unidos.
Okay. All right. So, I just want to bring the message of one of your ancestors. Just the way how we are dealing with our ancestors right now, because the way how the Inca cross is moving, we're releasing the ancestors that is not standing for our higher selves, and the ancestors that are standing for our higher selves are stepping in to coach us how to move into the future, right? Tenemos antepasados. Algunos de ellos son buenos, pero todos ellos no están ahí para fastidiarnos, ¿cierto? Entonces, en la cruz, el movimiento de la cruz Inca está permitiendo ahorita que saquemos esos antepasados que no están apoyando para poder despertar. Y está haciendo más fuerte las personas que están, nuestros antepasados, para que nos ayuden. En esta situación yo voy a conectar a ella con un ancestro que la va a guiar para que aprenda lo que tiene que ser de su cultura, de ese tiempo que la va a entrenar. Y eso es lo que ella me dijo que tú vas a hacer, vas a conectar con ese ancestro. ¿Lista? ¿Vale? Recibe esto y ponlo en tu corazón. So what she needed was to be reconnected to one of her ancestors that's going to be coaching her into how who to become in these days, so she can be able to move forward in the future. ¿Quién es la siguiente persona? Okay, what's your name?
Perú,
De Perú.
Huancayo.
De Huancayo. Yo soy de Huancayo.
Oh,
Yeah, mucho gusto. Okay, hay bastante dureza en tu familia. y eres es autoridad por la forma de comunicación. Por muchas generaciones. Pero tú has cambiado. Es como que tú ya no quieres esa dureza. Es como que ya no quieres que eso te maneje y te controle. Es por eso que estás acá, porque vas a estar aprendiendo nuevas formas de comunicarte para que puedas alimentar eso de tu vida. Y ¿sabes qué interesante es? Es una de las cosas en las que estoy trabajando también. Porque venimos de un país donde hay mucha dureza. Hay amor, pero también hay dureza y supresión. Okay? Okay, who's next? Okay, then. And where are you from?
South Africa.
South Africa. Okay, South Africa. So, in that place that you live at, since this is the power of the Inca cross, I can just say, show me what's her genetics, show me her story, and then they show me the Inca cross and it just moves. And then it shows me your life as a movie. And sometimes it shows me your feelings, or sometimes the ancestors. That's the power of pure atom. It becomes multidimensional, and it can have different experiences at the same time. So a long time ago in South Africa, there was a very pure energy, more than a crystal, it was a diamond. And you're connected to that. Do you work in energy? What are you working in?
I've done many things.
Ah,
And I work with it all the time with my own profession. So the profession I'm in, bringing in the people.
okay. So what is the energy that is in your heart right now? It's like a beautiful, bright circle light here. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
That's what you get to teach. Sometimes we want to change our ways, our ancient ways, but the truth is that there are new ideas that don't work for us. Sometimes we have to go back to the roots of who you are. This is me, my ancestors. That's why I can remember things. You have something there, similar. It's a pure light that you can remember and you get to teach that. Because that's when you get to be successful. And when you talk to them, it's not going to be hard for you to be successful. So that's the direction. Here's a gift for you to reconnect to that. Thank you.
From Botswana.
And,
Shanae, Botswana. Border of South Africa.
okay. Oh, this is cool. Same thing, you have the same energy, it's the same direction. It's like very ancient people from this planet that came here and they loved the planet and nurtured the planet and created so much power into the planet. It's a civilization that all of you are connected to. So let me give you this energy gift and bring that into your heart and allow yourself to feel what you feel. Wonderful. That's it, you got it, you connected to it. Where are you from?
She in South Africa.
Sounds like you did. Wonderful. Okay. There is one thing that I witnessed in your energy yesterday when I was just walking around, and I was close to you when I was talking, and that is the power of speaking, the power of sharing who you are. Sometimes, I remember, when my son, voy a explicar en español primero. Yo recuerdo cuando hace 2 años atrás, mi hijo se fue a la universidad y me quedé sola, con los 2 papeles. Y de pronto no había mucho que hacer. Y veía televisión, y estaba triste. Y es como que estaba cerrada en un cuarto. Entonces de ahí, un día dije, esto tiene que cambiar, porque es como que estaba tan presa, tan metida dentro de la casa, ¿no? Entonces empecé a hacer ejercicios, empecé a hacer las cosas y empecé a salir otra vez. Pero el cambio, porque fue bruto, fue fuerte, la separación, que se vayan mis 2 hijos que había sido toda mi vida y tener que recrear quién era yo en ese momento fue muy duro, ¿ok? Y muchas personas que tienen estrés o depresión pasan por eso, ¿ok? So, I was just sharing with her like 2 years ago when my youngest son went to college. It was the hardest thing for me. Because now they were my world, they were everything to me. I was doing everything for them. Now I had plenty time, I had the house clean, I had organized, but I didn't feel fulfilled. I felt so empty. So that was the point of reference and how we can be sometimes. We have ideas, we think about things, but we don't go out our house. I was not going out of my house, I was watching TV, I was trying to entertain myself. Finally I can watch TV, finally I can, which I thought I was waiting for. It was a great excitement. Everything was inside of me and it was not fulfilled. So the power of speaking, it was what happened to me. I got out of my house, I started exercising, I started calling friends, I started developing new hobbies, And then I start seeing a new world. When you start talking about what you want, what you really is inside of that, you're going to be able to be a reflection to the outside world. Because that is what's for you. To be able to open that door, to go to the outside world, and be able to see the reflection of who you are. Do you all ladies agree with me? Because there's beautiful what you have in. But you're just forgetting about some things. So welcome to that energy. Welcome to that energy. Hi.
My name is Ron, born in Michigan, USA, living in South Africa.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Okay, so let me tell you a story. There were two horses. See, when the light beams, when the Inca cross changes, it changes the frequency in each one of you. Every time I go into it and I look at the Inca cross, it changes the story because everybody learns in a different way. So with you, there's two horses, and there's a race. The horse is white, and the other one is black. Okay? So here you are with your white horse. You want him to win because you want to get the prize, you want to get the money, you want to go all of that, you know? And it's just like, yeah, I want my white horse to be everything that needs to be. And then you go into the race. Here's the black horse, here's the white horse, and the race finish, and the black horse wins. And then you get really sad. And then you turn around, and there's somebody there, and it's not you. Honey, why are you sad? The black horse was yours too. That makes sense to you, right? Right. What is the next person? Okay, Han.
Mary de Perú, Chimbote.
Chimbote. Okay. Okay. ¿Te gusta bailar?
Me encanta.
Es linda, a mí también me encanta bailar. ¿Por qué la vida no es un baile para ti?
Mucho sufrimiento, pérdida de hijo, de esposo.
Okay. ¿Quieres trabajar conmigo por una media hora? Te voy a limpiar. Okay. Now, sometimes when we work with the Inca girls, because it's an atom, it also knows the boundaries. And in this situation, there is something that she gets to open up, but it has to be in a private space. Okay? And so that's why I said, let's talk later and see what you get to. If we get to open all that. Han, what about you?
My name is Kai. I'm from New York.
New York. All right, so I love New York. There's something so special about New York. You don't believe in that many things, huh? And that's beautiful, because that's a good way how you learn to trust yourself. Is that making sense? If we can teach everybody else what we have there, we can have a different world. I want you to own that. It's a gift. Thank you. All right? So is everybody complete? Got everybody? Okay. So, I may not have enough time here. I do most of my consultations on the phone. You can go to my website. It's called theincomeway.com, and you can make appointments there. If you want to meet with me here, you will see me in different places, and I'll find the time to meet with you and have a one-to-one consultation, 30 minutes or half an hour. 30 minutes or 1 hour. I use the energy of the Inca cross, and that's why I learned to read everything I do. I talk to animals, ancestors. I pretty much can do everything when it comes to reproductive genetics. But when it comes to creating relationships, you get to create the relationships that you want. I'm not a marriage counselor. Okay? So, but I can help you to understand yourself, to have the relationships that you want with you first. So, ¿cómo? ¿En español? Ya. Quizás no hay suficiente tiempo, pero ustedes piden a mi página web y pueden hacer las consultas ahí, si quieren hablar conmigo. Si no hay tiempo de hacer consultas personales acá. Pero de todas maneras, yo voy a estar caminando por aquí. Si quieren una consulta, encuentro el tiempo para hacerlo y podemos hablar. Eso es número uno. Número dos, yo puedo ayudar a reprogramar genética. Así como pueden ver que puedo hacer las cosas, entonces yo puedo utilizar más intensivamente esos elementos. Pero yo no soy un consejero de matrimonio o de relaciones. Eso no es mi talento. Mi talento es reprogramar la gente y limpiar la gente. Okay, so it has been a pleasure for me If you look into your intentions, you will notice that at the end of the day, some of us are changing already. Some of them have pain in the body, is being released already. There's so much that goes on with the income grows. And I just wanted to say, to me, it's an honor to allow me to be part of your experience. I learned